Daf Yomi, Tractate Chullin, page 8b, top of the page, with the words Chadash. Chadash bein Rabbi Ishmael, bein Rabbi Akiva, Misham she'avodah zorein, u'misham she'avodah zorein, and asurin ad she'avedu. Yiboy Sema, di Pesak Be Gavza, Avodah Zoreh, Yiboy Sema, Bishana Shelibna Ba'ur. The Gemara challenges, if it is a new knife, both according to Rabbi Ishmael and according to Rabbi Akiva, who disagreed about whether an idol is forbidden from the moment that one crafts it or from the moment that one worships it. Interesting. A knife is merely in the category of accessories of idol worship, and accessories of idol worship are forbidden only after they are used for idol worship. The Gemara explains, if you wish, saying that the reference is to a case where he cut a branch for idol worship with the knife, which leaves no residue. And if you wish, say, instead, that Rav Nachman is referring to the case of an old knife that he burned until it became white hot in fire, so he koshered it, and therefore there is no residue on the knife. Okay? Itmal, we learned, it was stated, השורחת בשקן של גויים. רב אמר, כהלף ורב בר חנה אמר, מדיח. למה ברקם יפלגי? דמר סבו במשחית לצוינן, ומר סבו בין השחית לרתח. It was stated, with regard to one who slaughters an animal with the knife of non-Yehudim, of Gentiles, Rav says he peels off a layer of the flesh from the place on the animal where the knife touched the flesh, and the forbidden residue on the knife was absorbed. And Rabbi Bar Chana says he rinses the place where the knife touched the flesh. The Gemara suggests, let us say, that they disagree about this. That one sage, namely Rabbi Bar Chana, holds the area of the slaughter on the throat is cold and does not absorb the forbidden residue, and therefore rinsing is sufficient. And one sage, Rav, holds I wonder why they reversed the order. Oh, no. It's that way. Or is it? They said Rav first. No, it's still a question. Why do they say Rav Bar? Usually the first one is first and the second one is second. Here's the opposite order. Wonder why. Okay, and one stage, Rav holds that the area of slaughter in the throat is hot and therefore it absorbs the forbidden residue. Okay. Lo. Tekuli alma beta shchita roteachu. Man diama koili shapir, man diama mediach, eidi tridi. Simanim leapoki dam lo bali. The Gemara rejects that suggestion. No, it is possible that everyone holds that the area of slaughter on the throat is hot. For the one who says that he peels off a layer, it works out well. And the one who says that he rinses the place where the knife touched the flesh holds that since the two organs that must be severed in ritual slaughter, Sibanim, meaning the windpipe and the gullet, are occupied with discharging blood. They do not absorb the residue. Man de omar mediach shapil, man de omar koilef, agav duchka, tisakina bala. There are those who say that everyone holds that the area of the slaughter on the throat is cold. For the one who says that he rinses the place where the knife touched the flesh, it works out well. And the one who says that he peels off a layer holds that although that area is cold, due to the pressure of the knife on the throat, the flesh absorbs the residue. Sakin taifa pligi ba ravina chad amar b'chamin chad amar b'sonin v'hilchata afilu b'sonin v'i ika belita liparasa limichabre lo tzarech. With regard to a knife with which an animal that is a trefa was slaughtered, Revach and Ravina disagree. One says that one purges it in hot water to remove the absorptions from the trefa, and one says one rinses it in cold water, and that is sufficient. And the halacha is one may rinse it even in cold water. And if there is a tattered piece of curtain with which to wipe the knife, one need not rinse it. Ulamando b'chavin my time mishum nikobala isua de teranami balai bo minachai ema bala lechi chayma emat ka chayma lechi gamra shechita hahi shata hetera hava. And according to the one who says that one purges in hot water, what is the reason that he must do so? It is due to the premise that the knife absorbed forbidden residue. That reasoning should not be limited to a case where he slaughtered a trefa, a knife with which he slaughtered an animal that is permitted should also require purging because it absorbed residue from the limb from a living animal before the slaughter was completed. The Gemara answers, when is there concern that the knife absorbs the residue? It is when the throat grows warm. When does it grow warm? It is at the point when the slaughter is complete. At that moment, it is already permitted. Amar Yehuda Barav, Hatabach Tzori Shlosh Sakinin, Achad Sheshoichet Ba, Ve'achad Shemechatech Ba Basar, Ve'echad Shemechatech Ba Chalavim. Rabbi Yehuda says, the Ram says, the slaughter requires 3 knives, one with which he slaughters the animal, and one with which he cuts the meat, and one with which he cuts the forbidden fats. He may not use the same knife for cutting meat and the forbidden fats due to the residue on the knife after cutting the forbidden fat. L'sakin lechada v'lichtoch ba'basar v'hada lichtoch ba'chalavim gzera shem yachtoch chalavim v'achar kach boso hashtanami machlef le'kevan yistechedo t'nei is le'hakera. The Gemara suggests, and let him designate one knife for cutting both the meat and the forbidden fats, and cut meat with it, and then cut forbidden fats with it. And I guess then you make it white hot, then you purge it so that it will, In this manner, the forbidden residue on the knife will not affect the meat. The Gemara explains, the sages issued a rabbinic decree prohibiting the use of one knife to cut meat and then forbidden fats, lest he also cut forbidden fats and cut the meat thereafter. The Gemara challenges, now too, after the decree mandating separate knives, there is a concern that they will be confused for him, and he will use the knife that cut the forbidden fats to cut the meat. The Gemara explains, since the sages required him to have 2 knives, he has a conspicuous marker on one of the knives that will prevent confusion. Amar Yehuda Moav, הטבח צריך 2 כלים של מים, אחד שמדיח בו בשר, אחד שמדיח בו חלבים. וניתקן לחדה ונדיח בו בשר והדר נדיח בו חלבים, גזר שמדיח חלבים ואחר כך בשר. השתנה ממחלף אלי, כיוון זכינה, תרתי איס להקרם. And Rabbi Yehuda says that Rav says the slaughterer requires 2 vessels of water, one with which he rinses meat, and one with which he rinses forbidden fats. The Gemara suggests, and let him designate 1 vessel, and rinse the meat with the water in the vessel, and then rinse forbidden fats with the water in the same vessel. The Gemara explains, the sages issued a rabbinic decree to prohibit doing so, lest he rinse fats and rinse meat thereafter. The Gemara challenges now too, after the decree mandating separate vessels, there is a concern that they will be confused for him, and he will rinse meat in the vessel in which he rinsed fats. The Gemara answers, since the sages required him to have 2 vessels, he has a conspicuous marker on one of the vessels that will prevent confusion. Maimar says in the name of Rav Papa, a person should not place the flanks of an animal atop other meat, so that the forbidden fats that are attached to the flanks are in contact with the other meat, due to the fact that the forbidden fat liquefies and flows and the meat absorbs it. Ihachi kin tritinami de ev tarba ubala bisra karama mafsik mitatai. Ihachi. The Gemara raises an objection. If so, if that is the concern when the flanks are placed in their typical manner, as well with the forbidden fat above the meat of the flanks, then the forbidden fat that flows in the meat of the flanks absorbs it. The Gemara explains, the membrane between the forbidden fat and the meat of the flanks interposes from below and prevents absorption of the forbidden fat. The Gemara challenges, if so, and then we'll continue on, Mr. Shem. Next, Da.